Alright, hi everybody. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the diet that I have been on, that I've lost 25 pounds on so far. It's a lot of hard work, and you shouldn't think of it as being a diet. It should be a lifestyle change, which can be really difficult for us women who have PCOS. I have a couple of things here that I want to talk to you guys about. There are two books that I have. I heard about the DASH diet from my mother, actually. And it was amazing to hear about this. She had talked to me about it for a while, and I'm still a daughter, and sometimes I just brush her off, and I don't really pay attention to what she's saying. And I kind of wished I would have listened to her sooner. I just thought, it's another fad diet, it's not going to work. But she started talking to me a lot about patients what was one of them? He lost, I think, like 35, 40 pounds in a month, and it isn't totally unhealthy. I wouldn't want to lose weight that quickly, and I don't think I would be able to because I'm not that much overweight. Um, but yeah, just what what got me on this diet is I got high blood pressure, and which is a common side effect for women who have PCOS. So I got a couple of books about this diet that my mom talked about. It's called the DASH diet. The first book I got is the DASH diet plan for hypertension. Looks like this. I'm sorry, the light's kind of reflecting on it. It says lower your blood pressure in 14 days without drugs. It's by Thomas Moore. Um, I actually read this book, and there's actually a beginner's program, an advanced program, a moderate intensity program, and it's really everything is just laid out so easily in this book. Everything's broken down between calculating your calorie targets to how much, starting a walking program, just walking to lose some weight. Nothing special. Everything that's in here you have at home. It doesn't cost anything. Well, besides the book. The book was $7.99, so it's not even that expensive. And a lot about reading labels. Labels can be really confusing. I understand them because I've been seeing a nutritionist since I've been diagnosed with the PCOS. Um, Back then, I didn't totally understand the labels, but I definitely understand them at this point. And I know what to look for. I really recommend this book. I'm not big on reading, diet books, but this was really, really good, and I did read the whole thing. As you can see, I have pages folded in here of what I thought was important. The other book that I got, this is really good for marking what you're eating. You can write in here. Explains more. It has 28 days of DASH menus, and it breaks down the calories and everything. I tend to have the same thing every single day, and I'll tell you what I have. But this is the DASH Diet Action Plan by Marla Heller, right here, and this was more expensive. This is $21.95. I think I got both of these through Amazon. Um, yeah, really good. And then another thing I have that was actually from our nutritionist, and I keep this hung up on our refrigerator actually, so I can go to it for a quick reference. So not only do I try to stick to the DASH diet, but sometimes we're penny pinchers, so we do what we can to save money with doing groceries and whatnot. And something that helps us save money is, first of all, coupons, and then buy fruits and vegetables that are in season. Those are always cheaper. And just remember, with this diet, you can have as much vegetables as you want. I was never a huge vegetable person. I like my starches. And from what I have seen and talked to other women who have PCOS, they're all the same way. Most of them love their starches. They love their pasta, milk, cheese, all the stuff that is completely unhealthy. So I will show you what the nurse wrote down for me. Um, don't think that starving yourself is going to help you lose weight. It'll actually store your fat and you won't lose the weight. I've been through stages where I didn't eat enough. And especially when I started to find out, that I was gaining the weight, I wouldn't eat. which is not healthy to do. And I was amazed that when I originally started a first diet through a nutritionist in New Hampshire, that um, I was eating, let's see, 5 or 6 times a day, 3 meals, and 2 or 3 snacks a day. And I lost so much weight. And it isn't like I was sitting there eating cake or Twinkies or, junk food. It was healthy things. And I will tell you what I eat in a day. Um, what this nutritionist did, everybody knows money. We all know how to break down money. So, what she did for under here, my menu ideas, is that showing up? Um, kind of hard to see, so I'm just going to go across. So basically, I get up kind of early. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning with my husband. And so I have a mealtime at 5 o'clock, and I'm allowed to spend $45 to $60 at that time. And what it is the carbs. I look at I don't really look at the labels anymore because what we have in the house is what we typically have. So, um, in the morning, and this is where I kind of get iffy. I I'm really bad about eating breakfast. I normally just don't eat breakfast. But when I do, typically what I'd have in the morning is either I could have 2 poached eggs on toast, and I would have a small glass of orange juice, and what else do I have? A yogurt. And that's all. I think that comes to 50 carbs for me. Snack time around 10 o'clock, you can have 15 to 30 carbs, and I try to stick with the 15. Um, that could be a glass of milk, or it could be some nuts, or it could be vegetables. What other things? I used to like the string cheese. I would have that at lunch, or a yogurt. I love yogurt, and I can't think of Yoplait is the one I love. I love their orange cream yogurt, key lime pie. I love that one, and vanilla. Those are my absolute favorites. And if I have yogurt, I try to dump some flaxseed into it, and that helps add some more fiber into my diet. Lunch is around 12 or 1, and again, it's 45 to 60 carbs. Snack time around 3, again, 15 to 30. Supper around 6, again, 45 to 60 carbs. And then I can have one last snack time and 15 to 30 carbs for that. So basically, your meals, you can have 45 to 60. And for snacks, you can have 15 to 30 carbs. And if anybody's interested in getting a poster like this, that's upside down. It's called Healthy Food Choices. And it's by the American Diabetes Association. If anybody's interested in this, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about getting you some of these. I am really good friends with my nutritionist back in New Hampshire, so I'm sure that she would be able to give me some to give to you guys. And let's see if I can fold this. It's like origami. There we go. So, what I did here is I grabbed a paper plate so I could draw on it, and this is how your proportions should be. Right here. Let's hope that shows up. So right here, you should have a half a plate of vegetables, not starchy vegetables. Typically what I have for vegetables is broccoli. I love broccoli. I don't think I'll ever get sick of broccoli. So typically, I do half a plate of broccoli. Meat, I will either have chicken marinated or broiled haddock or cod. I have some lemon powder that I dump on top of it, and it's really good. And then right here is starch. So a quarter plate of starch, quarter plate of meat, and half a plate of vegetables. So typically for starch, what I do brown rice for my starch. Um, and for me, having the same thing doesn't really bother me, and it makes it easier for me for losing weight. I'm sorry, the sun's starting to come out a little bit, so I'm gonna look washed out. Um, just changing up between the chicken and the fish are fine with me. It doesn't really bother me to switch out between that. Let me close this curtain. Right, sorry about that. So that's what I do for a diet, and it's been amazing. I would say don't try to jump on the scale every single day because that's just going to bother you a lot. Because there's going to be times when you're going to gain weight or lose weight, and it really depends on the time that you weigh yourself. You don't want to weigh yourself at different times during the day. You want to try to weigh yourself at the same time that you did the day before. I typically I like to weigh myself in the morning, and yeah, I had the bad one last week with all these hormone pills. I had the munchies, and I've recently learned how to cook, and I made these amazing chocolate cookies out of cake mix, and they're delicious, and I just want to eat them. And it's fall time, so I've made apple pie and apple crisp, and it's hard. I really want to eat all that stuff, but I can't. I know I can't, and I gave in a little bit last week, and thankfully I only gained a pound, but I lost it as soon as I told my husband what I was doing, and I'm like, I need a detox, and I've had salads ever since. So, he's big on me eating right now just because of, the infertility treatments that we're going through. So that's what I have for the diet. Oh, and also it's important to get out and get active. Um, what I do is we have a bicycle, so I'll either hop on the bicycle, and when I'm thinking about it after I haven't done it for a while, I'm like, oh, I have to do something. I just want to lay down on the couch. But as soon as I get on the bike and start pedaling, I love it. I don't want to get off. And my husband actually, there was one time he had to force me off. I had gotten up to 12 miles on the bike, and I'm dripping in sweat, but it's such a stress reliever, and it's amazing. I have it in the living room so I can watch TV while I'm doing that. So I really don't have an excuse. I can sit there, watch TV, and pedal on a bike. We also live in a great neighborhood, so I often go hiking. We can walk up to a place to go hiking, or I'll walk on the street. The only times I get aggravated with that is when I take my dogs with me because they need to stop at every little place in marked territory. Um, and I don't like to stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And they don't like to walk too far, whereas I like to do, at least a mile and a half to 2 miles. And with their little legs, they can handle maybe 3/4 of a mile, and then I have to start carrying them and take turns picking up and walking with them. Um, but yeah, so that's it. If you guys have any questions about the diet, I will list below in the bar below us what these books are, and I'll put a link to the American Diabetes Association. But definitely, if you guys have high blood pressure, I really, really, really recommend the DASH diet. It really is. It's an amazing thing, and it doesn't feel like you're on a diet. You can have amazing things on there. Um, it's fantastic. You can have pasta while you're on this if you're really, you know, feel like you need to have that. Um, I'll just tell you really quick. What they say for breakfast is a cup of orange juice, 1 egg poached or boiled, um, 1 lemon muffin, 1 medium banana, and 1 cup skim milk. So that's a ton of stuff to have for breakfast. Um, you won't starve on this, definitely not. I don't think a lot of people would actually be able to eat everything that's on here. And there's recipes for everything that they have. Um, so see, like here's recipes on here, and breaks down the nutritional label on there. If you're vegetarian, there's a whole bunch of vegetable stuff in here as well. It's amazing stuff. So I definitely recommend it. So that's all I have for that. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you guys later. Bye.